Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Wicked Scary. This episode is about that one house down the road that just has to be haunted. Like, there's no reason for it to look that way unless ghosts are living there. If you were to drive down the street and see the Sylvester K. Pierce house, you'd probably think that a witch lived there, or that it's haunted, or that it's haunted by a witch. Well, according to owners of the house, you wouldn't be too far off. The S.K. Pierce Victorian Haunted Mansion began construction in 1873 in Gardner, Massachusetts, and was finished in 1875. It was built for Sylvester K. Pierce, who was a prominent chair manufacturer. He owned a chair factory that was so prominent that Gardner would go on to be known as Chair City. Pierce moved into the house with his wife, Susan, but just weeks after moving in, she died of a bacterial illness. Pierce would remarry and have more children. This set up a kind of awkward situation about who the house would go to after he passed away. This is taken from an Atlas Obscura article by Josh Wollensteinium about the house. Quote, after his second wife died, the family's three sons bickered over the ownership of the home and business. Eventually, Pierce's son, Edward, converted the home into a boarding house. It was during this time that rumors of drinking, gambling, prostitution, and possibly even murder began to haunt the house. There's a legend that a sex worker was strangled in one of the rooms, though there's no proof of that. The Gardner News and Stephen Landry investigated. When they talked to the property's curator, Kenneth Walton, he refuted it. From their article, quote, Walton said that according to official records, the address had served as a bed and breakfast until 1951, when it was converted into a boarding house called the Victorian, which remained in business until 1969. Somewhat related, according to Walton, is a story that a prostitute was strangled and her body thrown into an upstairs closet. It never happened, he said. However, that doesn't mean that the house hasn't seen tragedy. Eno Walpas Sari was a World War II veteran staying at the house on April 9th, 1963, when it was reported that smoke was coming out of his room. When firefighters arrived, Sari was found unconscious and brought to Haywood Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The cause of death was smoke inhalation and third-degree burns, likely from Sari falling asleep while smoking. In 2009, Edwin Honzalez and Liana Otero purchased the home and began to experience supernatural events. This is taken from the HouseBeautiful.com article written by Alyssa Farinito. Quote, in the 2 years that Edwin Gonzalez and Lillian Otero lived there, 2009 to 2011, multiple neighbors described seeing a little boy with yellow hair running back and forth between their windows, which is decidedly more creepy when you consider the fact that the couple didn't have any children. But their own personal experiences in the home were far more terrifying. In addition to disembodied footsteps, slamming doors, and objects moving on their own, Edward and Liliana encountered multiple entities throughout the house, including a shadow figure in the basement and a dark-haired woman with a creepy smile who may or may not have tried to possess Lillian. I visited the house recently to get B-roll for this episode, and the first thing you notice is just how beautiful and kind of imposing it is. Unlike many of the other buildings around it, it looks like a house that a witch might own in a movie. Something that holds secrets and you could reasonably accept that dark things go on within its walls. I noticed that it was on sale when I visited. Researching further, it's listed for $1.2 million and features 9 beds and 3.5 baths. If you're interested, here's the realtor. If I was trying to sell the house for the most money possible, I probably would also push the possibility that it was haunted. As Brenda Albert told Boston.com back in April of 2025, quote, there are 2 types of people that go in. There are the people who are there to see the woodwork and the detail, and then there are those who are looking for the haunted factor, close quote. The house is owned by a business called the Dark Carnival. From the house's website, quote, the Dark Carnival is a circus-themed haunted attraction established in 2010 through our dynamic mix of altered illusion effects and trained actors. We've been providing scares across the state of New Jersey for the past 5 years. Our high-intensity shows have opened in East Brunswick, Freehold, and Bayville, and have even done a successful 18-day run at MetLife Stadium. Working with the top animators and prop masters in the haunted industry, the Dark Carnival continues to stay on top of all the cutting-edge new haunt technology and will be sure to continue providing the best scares to our customers for years to come. In 2015, the Dark Carnival acquired the S.K. Pierce Haunted Victorian. This venue will force us to think outside the box as we no longer will be using actors and animatronics to provide our unique forms of entertainment. Now we'll be relying on true paranormal elements and historical lore to provide our guests with an experience they'll never forget. We hope you enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Close quote. So they also used to offer ghost tours and overnight stays, both of which are something that I'd be very interested in doing and making a future video on if they become available again. Then there's the fact that a book was written about the place. All of it together, and there might be a financial incentive for the owners to push the narrative that it's haunted. In 2013, the house was featured on an episode of Ghost Adventures. Then in 2014, author Joni Mahan published the book Bones in the Basement, Surviving the S.K. Pierce Haunted Victorian Mansion, just a year before the Dark Carnival purchased the house. Could they have been looking to capitalize off of the name recognition? What do you think? Do you believe the ghost stories? Or are you skeptical and thinking that it's all a clever marketing ploy? Would you stay the night in the S.K. Pierce house? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and you enjoy all the other spooky videos we have here on Wicked Scary. Yeah, October's coming up. We're going to be making lots of videos for that, including the introduction of a new show. So stay on the lookout for that. And other than that, check out our main channel, Wicked Everything, Those Fake Nerds, and our podcasting channel, Better Radio. We will see you in the next one.